Look, in the sky. It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Super Token Man! What's up, everyone? Jared with Patriots and Pop Culture here, and if you thought what Marvel did over the past couple of days was too much, well, guess what? DC just topped them in every woke category imaginable, and I never thought I would see the day that would happen. But here we are. Okay, this coming via The Hollywood Reporter. Behind Warner Brothers' search for a black Superman. Everybody knows that they have hired racist activist writer who's only beloved in Hollywood, Ta-Nehisi Coates, to write the latest feature on the superhero. The studio is searching for its director and star as it kickstarts the next phase of its DC universe. While promoting his Amazon Prime film Tom Clancy's Without Remorse in late April, Michael B. Jordan put a kryptonite pin in any rumors that he might suit up as Warner Brothers' next Superman. I'm flattered that people have me in that conversation. It's definitely a compliment, but I'm just watching on this one. With that, a whole new guessing game has kicked off centered on who will play the Man of Steel, and arguably more pressing, who will direct. Sources say J.J. Abrams, who is producing the film, is not among the many possibilities being considered, because he's not black. That's why. When Warner's announced in February that celebrated author Ta-Nehisi Coates is writing the screenplay and Abrams is producing, it did not address the matter of helming. But insiders say Warner Brothers and DC are committed to hiring a black director to tackle what will be the first cinematic incarnation of Superman featuring a black actor, with one source adding that putting Abrams at the helm would be tone deaf. In a fitting twist, the director search is pitting DC against none other than Marvel. As Warner's looks to fill its Superman vacancy, Marvel is on the hunt for a Blade helmer and is combing through the same list. But the question will come down to what kind of filmmaker Bad Robot and Warner's wants. An up-and-comer who can be backed by Abrams, who knows his way around tentpoles and franchises, or destroying lore like he's done with Star Wars and Star Trek, but that's another story. Or an established filmmaker like a Barry Jenkins or Ryan Coogler. Well, we know Coogler's out because he's directing Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. Some potential directors have met with both studios for both films, even as one agent said the process was phenomenally early. Meanwhile, Coogler may be a non-starter for either assignment given that he will be occupied with Black Panther 2, Wakanda Forever, released July 8th, 2022. Like I said earlier, it's not happening with him. Coates isn't expected to deliver his Superman script until mid-December. Likewise, Marvel isn't rushing with Blade, whose start date was pushed from this September to July 2022, so that the studio can spend time working on the I'm not even going to try that name, Penn script. Diversity and representation remain key drivers of the DC universe moving forward. You can't see my face right now, but it looks half retarded just trying to read that garbage. Warner's is developing a Latino Blue Beetle movie with Angel Manuel Soto attached to direct. Not that big of a deal. There is a Hispanic Blue Beetle. Granted, it's tokenized because it's not the original, but whatever. And HBO Max is casting for a gay Green Lantern character for an upcoming series. Complete and utter garbage. Checking boxes. Let's make white characters black, and let's make straight characters gay. Let's make the most masculine person in the world non-binary. Why don't we go for that now? Why don't we make Batman just take it up the ass? I mean, there's already the rumors about him and Robin, so go for it, right? And the CW's Arrowverse is about to get its second black female superhero series with Ava DuVernay's Naomi. Nobody's gonna watch that. Batwoman also features a black lead, Javicia Leslie. Nothing against Javicia Leslie, but Batwoman is trash. Barely over 400,000 views last week, all-time low, and it's sinking every single week. Batwoman should not be getting a third season, and the fact that it got greenlit so early just proves that they're doing it for woke points. Once again. Just as Black Lightning is about to wrap its final season. And to make things worse, this announcement came on Henry Cavill's birthday, of all days. You think that wasn't deliberate? Anything having to do with the Snyderverse, they ain't having it. They did this on Henry's birthday, basically saying, we're done with you as Superman. Vaya con Dios. Pretty pathetic, but this is Hollywood. So to help J.J. Abrams and Ta-Nehisi Coates out, I went ahead and compiled a list of the top 5 actors who should be playing Superman in the next movie. Here you go. Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill, Henry Cavill, and motherfucking Henry Cavill! And speaking of trying to hide everything that has to do with the Snyderverse and Zack Snyder's Justice League, rumor, Black Adam star Dwayne Johnson isn't allowed to talk about the Snyderverse. And we all know that he was one of the biggest proponents of bringing the Snyderverse back. He wanted to go up against Henry Cavill's Superman. He wanted to go up against Ben Affleck's Batman. He wanted to go up against Jason Momoa's Aquaman, Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman. He wanted to go up against the big bads that Zack Snyder made. And yeah, you can go ahead and say, some people don't believe that Zack Snyder understands these characters. But guess what? He knows more about it than J.J. Abrams does. Anybody ever read the script from the mid-2000s lost J.J. Abrams Superman film that never happened? You won't get a third of the way through it before you throw up. Warner Brothers just gave him and his company Bad Robot $500 million to take over the DC movie universe. That's what we have right now. DC's dead. What they're doing to Superman hurts me far worse than what Marvel's doing. I was never a Marvel kid. I was a Superman kid. I was a DC kid. Grown up with this character. And they're completely bastardizing it because they're too lazy to create new characters or at least use the established black characters that they already have. What about Jon Stewart, Green Lantern? Oh, I'm sorry. You can't do that one because Zack Snyder wanted to put him in the Snyder Cut. So instead, you got Guy Gardner for an HBO Max series instead of Hal Jordan, which you've already failed at miserably. Not even Ryan Reynolds' fault. So instead of doing Jon Stewart, you get Guy, and now you're searching for a gay Green Lantern? Are you going to make Kyle Rayner gay, or are you going to go the Earth 2 version whenever they rebooted that part of the universe and make Alan Scott gay? Yeah, they did that in the comics. Stop making sexual identity a part of their character like it's a central focus. Make good characters. Tell good stories. And if they happen to be a certain way whenever you create them, then fine. But stop changing characters. But I mean, could they have gone with a already established black character? Like, I don't know, Icon? Since DC and Milestone Comics still have a working relationship? And he's the closest thing to a black Superman who is actually an original character. His origin is completely different. He doesn't even look like Superman. It's not Clark Kent. Could they have used him? Sure. But they don't believe in their already established black characters. That's why they made Deadshot Will Smith instead of regular old white or whatever you thought he was, depending on who drew the comic, Italian, Hispanic, whatever. Floyd Lawton was not a black guy. Guess what? Now he is. And don't get me wrong, I like Will Smith just fine. But what's the point in getting him? Name recognition? There was plenty of other black characters that you could have used instead of doing another race swap. We've already seen it a whole bunch. Both Iris West are now black girls. Wally on the CW's Flash is now a black kid. They tried changing him in the comics. It didn't work out, so they brought the original Wally back. What about characters like Static Shock? That was a pretty popular cartoon. There are plenty of well-received, popular, beloved, long-time running black characters in both DC and Marvel, but let's just specifically talk about DC. Are they too afraid of what happened with Steel and Shaq? Well, that's not the character's fault. You hired a dude who's not an actor. So to appease the Twitter mob, you're going to take established characters because of name recognition and just race swap them to black characters because you do not believe, and I'm talking to you, DC and Warner Brothers and JJ and Bad Robot and Ta-Nehisi Coates. You do not believe the black characters are worthy of getting their own movies, getting a chance to shine. So you're going to give black actors, white characters, sloppy seconds. You're going to take white established characters. Superman has been around for 83 years. And all of a sudden you're going to make Kal-El Clark Kent. Because that's what they're doing. They're not doing Val Zod from Earth 2. They're not doing Calvin Ellis from Earth 23, who is a Barack Obama ripoff. And by the way, Calvin Ellis, Cal-El, very creative, guys. Very, very creative. They're not doing either of those two versions at all. They're doing Kal-El, Clark Kent. From everything that I've read, everything that's come out today, they are race swapping the first original superhero in comic book history for woke Twitter points because they hired one of the most racist writers who's an activist. By the way, go ahead and look up what Ta-Nehisi Coates said about our first responders. I'm not going to talk about it on here because it's absolutely disgusting. He hates white people. Like, he is a legit racist. And you have him writing Superman, who is supposed to be the ultimate symbol of hope in DC Comics. Honestly, I'm going to be surprised if this movie gets made. I'm going to be surprised if his script is turned in December. I'm going to be surprised if it moves forward at all. The backlash from this is going to be absolutely outrageous. If you thought people were upset about the Snyder Cut and restore the Snyderverse, you just fired Henry Cavill on his birthday, and he is the Superman of this generation, regardless of what you feel about Zack Snyder's movies. Nobody says Henry Cavill's a bad Superman. Some people might say, yeah, he needs to have a better script. Some people like just fine what he's had. But nobody is denying the fact that Henry Cavill is this generation's Superman. He was cast for the role 10 years ago, has been in 3 movies, 4 if you count both Justice Leagues, in 10 years. Where's a legit Man of Steel solo sequel? Warner Brothers is sitting on their ass on that one. They claim that Superman is not a marketable character, yet somehow you think you're going to take a character that you claim is not marketable and go ahead and race swap him, alienate 80-90% of your fan base, and probably 80-90% of the regular people in the world who are not going to understand that it's Kal-El, because to them it's not. It's just like trying to do Batman Beyond, as cool as I think it is, without a proper setup. Nobody's going to accept it because it's not Bruce Wayne. I'm getting pretty sick and tired of this stuff. This is 2 days in a row. I thought what Marvel did yesterday was bad enough. DC just topped all of that. Gay Green Lantern, Black Superman, because they're scared. J.J. Abrams is scared because his universe, if it's on screen, cannot compete with Zack Snyder's universe on HBO Max. Even though they have a multiverse, JJ's too scared. He's not going to do it because the comparison will be there. Whose Batman is better? Whose Superman is better? Whose Justice League is better? And he's scared of the criticism. Just like whenever he was involved in Lost, by the end of it, whenever it was a complete cluster, he said, oh, I just helped him get started. I had nothing to do with anything at the end of it. Bullshit. That was your baby too. I'm still mad at you, JJ, for what you did to Fringe. I didn't forget. Anyway, guys, I'm done for tonight. Go ahead and leave a comment. Tell me what you think about all this. Whatever part of it. Black Superman, all the other race swaps that they've had going on. Do you trust JJ to be in charge of anything that you hold dear? What do you think about Ta-Nehisi Coates writing Superman? Go read his Captain America run and how he compared Red Skull to Jordan Peterson. He's that deranged. Go ahead and leave a comment. We'll have a conversation about this. Drop a like on the video. Share the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the bell to get notifications. And we'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as my kid says,
click on bell
to get notifications for upcoming videos.